everybody who you are. They should know you, but if they don't, well.
Cathy Rogers, Director of Elections.
You and I went out to a conference, and we sat there and listened to a lot of people for 2 days talk about DREs and machines. And in use by the Diebold units, I guess is the best way to describe them. They don't have the ability to have a paper audit trail added on to them. Could you explain to the committee about that?
That's correct. I have learned a lot more about voting machines and voting in general in the last few months than I ever thought I would ever know. But it is true that the existing equipment, as I understand it, does not have that capability. Equipment doesn't have that capability, then you certainly don't want to get into retrofitting 24,750 voting machines around the state without having tested, at least having tested it in a very limited way. So it would be quite an expensive undertaking.
Secretary of State's office knows that in 2002 we instructed and asked her to make sure that we had verifiable paper trail. It was stated, and she knows, I've said this on the record several times, I've said it from the well when we discussed it 2 years ago in the Senate, that if we had done this to begin with, we would have saved the state a lot of money. You're testing equipment now, which is a good thing. We're moving forward, and I thank Senator Stevens for making sure that this bill came forward. But if you had followed the wisdom of the committee at that point, we would not be wasting money, and we would be ahead of the curve, as we have tried to be, in having new voting machines. So whereas I'm glad we're finally making a move in that direction, we could have done it earlier. That was the wish of the committee. It was made known at that time and is on the record. And as was on the record, the response. And so we've wasted a lot of money from the taxpayers of Georgia. We've wasted money that came in as a result of us responding quickly and getting electronic voting machines. And to come back and say that these may have to be retrofitted at some point, we could have been in front of the curve at that point. So I just wanted to go on record once again saying how disappointed I am in the stance we took and the way it was handled previously, and the fact that we have wasted time and precious money, and we have eroded some of the voters' feelings as to how our present system works. And I just want to make sure people were aware of that. And like I said, I am glad that we are finally moving forward with doing something, and hopefully it will not cost the state a lot of money to make these changes in the future, so that we are doing what is necessary for integrity in our voting system. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
As one who was intimately involved in the process in 2002, I would like to especially, I'll say disagree, but give you my personal opinion on what was available in 2002 versus technology today. At the time that we researched what was available in 2002, and I was on the 21st Century Voting Commission authorized by the General Assembly for that purpose, there were no voting systems that produced a voter verifiable paper audit trail. The systems that were on the market are the ones that produced an internal audit trail by which you could print the ballot image. And that was, I believe, the direction of the General Assembly when they asked that it have an audit trail. The system we bought had 3 redundant audit trails, and you can print the ballot image from the system. And I think that that's what the record actually reflects. I would also like to say that at that time there was only one vendor who even had a product that was beginning to produce such a product in 2002. That vendor went bankrupt this week.